Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. 5 beliefs making your mind cloudy. Have you ever gone to a computer, open it up, and then open 50 different windows? You have. I have. I hate that feeling. Can I get a hello there? What's helped me along my journey in terms of becoming my greatest version is to realize that clear mind, cloudy mind. Cloudy mind, clear mind. When we have a clear mind, I've realized that this is one of the most powerful places to create from, because the thoughts just pop into your mind. Now, scientists say we've got about 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. That's about 36 to 48 a minute. That's a lot, but they didn't talk about people meditating. Never mind. What's helped me is to realize that, number one, close those windows down and do one thing at a time. Open one window at a time. Can you do it? Is it too hard for you? Yeah, it's very hard for me, because as soon as I go on the internet, I want to see everything at once. Just like so many of us, we're rushing around. We've got a whole checklist to do. So what happens? Afterwards, we become exasperated. We become so tired. I get a lot of people writing to me. And one of the most common problems is the feeling of sheer overwhelmment. You've given yourself so much to do. You're multitasking, but you've bitten a bit too much. You can't chew it now. You can't digest it. Greed. I've been there. And that's okay, because once you are ambitious, it gives you that mindset that anything is possible. But I talk of concentrated focus, where what has helped me along my journey is just focusing on one thing at a time. I focus on becoming your greatest version. Focus so specifically on it that it just blossoms. Because whenever you focus on so many different things, your energy is becoming dissipated, is becoming divided across a whole spectrum. When you focus on one thing and give it your undivided attention, goodness gracious, you've hit the lottery, the jackpot. You got the winning numbers. Many times we don't realize that it's okay to not do everything today. No one's timing you. We are the ones who are timing ourselves. So what do? No watch. That is how I do one thing at a time. That's 2. This is 1. That's how I do one thing at a time. I throw away my watch. I breathe in deep. And I just say, hey, slow is the new fast. The second belief that was making my mind very cloudy was any mistake. Oh no. A mistake is gonna ruin me for life. A mistake is the worst thing in the world. How many of us have made a mistake in the last 24 hours? I have. I got out of the wrong side of bed. There are no mistakes, only stepping stones to help us become our greatest version. What I realize is that the people that make mistakes and put them into perspective, when you put your mistakes into perspective, you can now become your greatest version. When you don't forgive your mistakes, when you judge your mistakes, is very difficult to move forward. That belief we have, a mistake is the worst thing in the world, where did that come from? What is wrong with them? Those people that put that thought into your mind? Or did we put that into our minds? Can we take responsibility for it? For realizing that mistakes don't define who we are. Everybody makes mistakes. Especially if you're a human being. If you're a human being, you make lots of mistakes. That's part of being human. That had to go. Mistakes are perfectly fine. The third belief, cloudy mind, is where people say happiness must come from an external source. Now, I love external things such as my computer, my freeline skates, my camera. Gosh, that's a lot of things that really make me happy, because I say actually external things can make us happy, but really, or rather, external things act as a massive amplifier. So if you are feeling happy inside already and someone buys you or takes you somewhere really magical on holiday, you're going to be really, really happy. If someone buys you a new dress, if you're a woman or man these days, whatever it is, you're going to be happy. If someone gives you a car, a Lamborghini, you're like, wow, that's great. But if you don't have that within yourself first, it doesn't matter what anybody gives you, because it's what you give yourself which is the most important thing in the world. That is where all happiness emanates from. And happiness is just like joy, all of those emotions, joy, excitement, those are fleeting states. So therefore we have to realize that they don't last forever. But happiness for me is more about being in your perfect equilibrium, your perfect homeostasis. The fourth belief that was making my mind cloudy, probably making your mind cloudy, is we often believe in our hearts that what people think about me is the absolute truth. So someone says, "You look fabulous." "Oh, thank you." Then the same day, another person says, "You look terrible." Which one are you going to believe? Many times people don't feel worthy of anyone's love or attention. This is because we have now become them. We have now accepted all of their opinions, their statements as the truth. If someone says, "I love your new haircut," one more time, don't worry about it. I love you. If someone says, "I love your new haircut," I say thank you. If someone says, "I don't love it," I say thank you. Why? Because it's got nothing to do with me. That's how you perceive it. I love it too. But if someone says something about us, it's what they're going through based on their experience. We have to remind ourselves of that. And the last belief that is making your mind cloudy is, have you ever heard of scratch my back and I'll scratch yours? Sometimes we believe if we support people, if we give them a helping hand, it's going to be returned to us. We're going to be involved in some kind of reciprocal relationship. Oh boy, that can make your mind really cloudy. Because overthinking is one of the biggest problems many of us have with the mind. The mind in actuality is perfectly fine and really is a wonderful part of us. But when we start overthinking, sometimes we help someone. We give them something, emotionally, mentally, physically. We're kind to someone, but we don't always receive the kindness back. Sometimes they just walk right away. And we have to remind ourselves that that may happen. And that happens sometimes because people can only give what they have. I share freely, but I don't expect to get anything back from you in return if you don't have it within yourself, because where are you going to get it from? The sky? Probably not. But because I let go, I attract my reflections. I've connected with so many amazing people, but I don't expect to receive anything back. But I do, because whatever you put out, whenever you are just in your highest authenticity, the right people will always find their way to you. The support you give is now strengthening you. So what happens is you see someone, and because you've supported them, when they become strong enough, they have that choice. And if you've really touched their heart, they pay you back in some other way. But don't wait for the payback. Just continue sharing. That's what I do. Continue just doing the best you can do. Don't worry about if someone is going to return the favor. Do yourself a favor and continue creating, because that in itself is the greatest gift possible. Have a wonderful day. We are here. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.